Hello and welcome to OSW Review, the old school wrestling video podcast. What's this? A special Brucey bonus review. That's alrighty. It's your boy Jay Hunter, joined by our very own Erwin Orshyster, our barrister V1.
Alright, man, what's the story?
It's SummerSlam 2016, and it's coming up. Steve, ask me, how is WWE doing business-wise or in general?
Jay, how's WWE doing business-wise or in general?
Not so great. WWE made 24 million last year, which sounds good, but is about half of what they used to make pre-network. Income is up, but that doesn't amount to much due to things like paying your talent more and ongoing concussion lawsuits, plural. WWE is turning into a very niche company in that they now promote matches based on the premise of having great in-ring quality. Like Styles, Cesaro, Finn Bálor, Seth Rollins, Nakamura. They're hiring excellent wrestlers and presenting them as excellent wrestlers as the main reason to watch them. This only appeals to hardcore fans. Casual fans want big stars, killer promos, intriguing storylines, that kind of thing. The result is WWE have driven off 1/3 of the TV audience they had 5 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Raw and SmackDown now get low 2s in the ratings. 5 years ago, Raw got 3.2s. On the plus side, the WWE Network has 1.5 million subs, which is their sweetest plum. And every time they do a free month, even though 3/4 opt out, which is a ridiculous churn rate, 1/4 remain subscribed, so they inch a bit higher each time.
I can't put my head around the people that keep joining up for these free months and go to all the hassle of cancelling. That's a lot of hassle. Like, Netflix have my $7 a month for life. I haven't watched Netflix in months.
I think that's what they're counting on, laziness.
Yeah.
Why should you still tune in every week? Steve, 2 overall best talents in WWE?
Kevin Owens and AJ Styles.
Haha, I was going to say Kevin Owens and Chris Jeri-Ko.
They're both wonderful. I love the two of them.
And AJ Styles is just so talented. Also, WWE have cut down on the filler backstage segments, and you're guaranteed a few great long matches each week. Oh, last month there was a massive shake-up, the WWE Draft.
July 19th. I think things need to be shaken up around here. The WWE Draft.
The WWE Draft. New era.
Oh my God.
New... Wow. Party like it's 2002. Raw and SmackDown. Separate rosters, eh? Why a draft? 2 reasons. USA Network are unhappy with SmackDown's ratings, so WWE voluntarily decided instead of taping SmackDown on Tuesdays, they'll do it live as a new hook. The other main reason is so WWE promotes separate pay-per-views for Raw and SmackDown.
Oh, people like me that are on the fence, it's going to drive them away in droves.
Yeah.
It's a bad business decision.
Starting next month with Backlash and Clash of the Champions in September. Like, their thinking is more network content, please don't cancel your subscription. Kayfabe-wise, the split is to accommodate the influx of NXT stars onto the main roster. But in reality, it's like, we've got 5 hours of average TV a week. How about an extra 3 hours a show with half the talent?
Fucking hell.
What happened on TV? July 11th Raw, Vince announces his daughter Stephanie will run Raw, while his son Shane will run SmackDown, who chose Mick Foley and Daniel Bryan as the Morty to their Rick. The draft itself was a lot of fun. It's weird, they drafted the mid-carders first. I think the 3rd Raw pick was Charlotte. I was like, you know, you could have picked John Cena or Brock Lesnar, right? And like, I know what you're trying to do, and you're trying to, punish Brock, you're going to be name called a little later. I know. They did a 4-hour companion piece on the network, the WWE Draft Center. Wrestlers cut unscripted promos reacting to their draft. Like, Jeri-Ko was awesome. He was just riffing on it.
Nice.
Booker T, he grilled the Usos about it. It's like, hey, Roman, you know the way he gets booed all the time because no one likes him? It's going to be so much worse at the pay-per-view. And he's like, so Usos, do you find that you're less popular now that you're saddled with Roman?
Oh my God.
Zero fucks given.
That's awesome.
Yes. Oh my God. And poor Becky and Charlotte, they absolutely froze with their promos.
I've seen Charlotte's. I haven't seen Becky's.
I was like, I hope Vince wasn't watching.
Really?
You know?
Ew.
Fast forward to SummerSlam weekend. Chock-a-block. Never mind McGregor fighting in UFC.
No, do mind it. It was great.
No chance! No chance in hell! You've got no chance! No chance in hell!
He's a huge cunt, though.
He is. He's a bit of a twat. I actually wanted him to lose.
I thought he would lose.
So did I.
I'm very happy that he won, though.
Yeah.
WWE produced 14 hours of live content in 4 days. 2.5 hours of NXT, 2 hours of SummerSlam pre-show, 4+ hours of SummerSlam, 3+ hours of Raw, and 2+ hours of SmackDown Live. Fuck you! That's the definition of quantity over quality.
Yeah.
13 matches. Is this WrestleMania 4?
Thank God, no.
So let's run through 9.5 of those hours right now.
Oh my God.
Kick off with your Cricket Wireless KFC pre-show. It's a 12-man tag. The Vaudevillains, Aidan English and Simon Gotch. The Ascension, Connor and Victor. And Febreze, Fandango and Tyler Breeze.
That's a way better name.
What's the other one?
Breezango, right?
That sucks so bad.
It's shite.
And they're taking on the Usos, Jimmy and Jay. American Alpha, Jason Jordan and Chad Gable. And the Hype Bros, Zack Ryder and Mojo Rawley.
He sucks massive dicks. Wait, hold on a sec. Wasn't this match only on SmackDown last fucking week?
Yes.
This exact match?
Yes. The Vaudevillains are going nowhere. A word on the street is Simon Gotch has heat due to his mouth. Also, he got floored by Sin Cara.
And he didn't even break his finger on his face or anything, no?
The Ascension have been jobbers since getting called up. And Febreze,
Our team?
yes, they were Mrs. guests on SmackDown and never moved on. The Usos lifted up Dean Ambrose in celebration of him winning the title moments after Roman Reigns lost it.
Oh, I love it.
The awesome American Alpha were drafted from NXT. And in kayfabe, Daniel Bryan, indie smart hero, drafted Mojo Rawley to the main roster before Shinsuke Nakamura.
How anyone got drafted prior to Joe. Joe's awesome. He's so fucking great.
American Alpha threw down the gauntlet for the rest of the SmackDown Tag Division, so here we go. Crowd boo when Gable tags out. English shouts,
No pun intended, that the Hype Brothers are getting it.
"This is what a man is!" before a really dodgy punch.
What is a man with a miserable little pile of secrets?
And the match descends into a big schmaltz. Heatless L1 parade of finishers, building to Chad helping the Usos do their bowling pin spot, but the kindness is not reciprocated as Jey Uso cheekily steals the pin from teammates American Alpha for the win in 14:32.
Oh, so they're teasing a heel turn for the Usos. Have they ever been heel or have they always been gormless faces?
Gormless face, yeah.
Oh, thank God. Do something with them.
Hey, I knew their daddy Rikishi. He was dirty like that all the time. Just like their boys.
The Dudley Boys versus Adrian Neville and Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn was on the... Oh, he wasn't on the main card.
Yeah, the guy that won the Fight Forever feud with Kevin Owens at Battleground. The 7th Raw draft pick.
Probably my favourite match of this year. I love that match. They told a great story. And some of the best selling I've seen in a long time out of Sami Zayn as well. I actually thought he was hurt, you know?
And they have nothing for him.
Drop the fucking ball.
The Dudleys' nostalgia udder ran dry, weeks into their run.
Just milking dust out of the poor thing. It's gross.
And this match is the old guard wanting to show the new guard who's the boss now, boss man. Some fine teamwork as Sami does a springboard twisting somersault and gets launched for a missile dropkick. I was like, lads, don't tag too well together, or this is what you're doing for the next 6 months.
Yeah.
Dudley's respond with a "there it is," as Michael Cole calls it. It's their 3D2. Sami hits the helloo kick, leaving Bubba prone for a red arrow, and the Geordie picks up the win in 7:55.
Zayn and Neville pick up the win. It's Cesaro set to take on Cesaro one-on-one.
It's time for your Mountain Dew pre-show main event. The first in the best of 7, Cesaro versus Sheamus.
Wait, no.
Yes.
They've already had 2 matches in the last 2 weeks.
Yes, they have. They don't count.
Oh, because we're going to have 9 fucking matches of Shambo.
Yes. Oh, Shambo. How's he doing? Not so well. Despite being a 4-time world champion, Royal Rumble winner, Money in the Bank, and King of the Ring, has had nothing decent going on for years.
No.
He's in that Dolph Ziggler zone, or just bouncing from worthless feud to feud. I actually thought they might have something big for him Survivor Series 2014 when he won the world title. Then he created the League of Nations around him.
League of Wiggies.
The League of Wiggies. Their top heel faction. 2 weeks later, Sheamus drops the belt to Reigns. They're dead in the water.
Yeah. Barrett gone.
Del Rio injured. And then Rusev and Shane were just, all right, that's the end of that.
Yeah.
Antonio Cesaro, what is he up to? Getting no promo time, that's what. He's been having long whopper matches each week on Raw. On the Draft Center special, he aired his frustrations. Did you see this? He was just saying, I don't care if Stephanie and Mick Foley get along. Who cares?
Yeah.
Best of 7, eh? The match type has some tremendous goodwill amongst wrestling fans, historically both featuring Benoit versus Booker T. The first was back in WCW in 1998, Booker Man winning 4-3 just to get a shot at the TV title. And they did it again in 2005 in WWE, Booker T winning the US title despite Randy Orton subbing in and winning him the belt.
Oh, that's right. I love it.
Booker needed a substitute after an ankle injury, and so he was out for a couple of weeks. Why best of 7 this time round? Mick Foley says it's to counteract interference and their run-ins. However, Cesaro's already beaten Sheamus twice, and they don't count. Big hoss battle as the lads trade forearm uppercuts. Cesaro with an impressive vertical leap dropkicks a sitting Sheamus off the top turnbuckle. Then Trish Stratus starts shouting at her TV as Cesaro keeps pulling up his forearm condom. She hates when wrestlers fix to retire during the match. Could be worse though. It's like, you know, Bubba Ray, whenever he's on the floor and he's hitching up his
Bubba Ray is like the worst. I'm just, wear a belt, mate. That's all you have to do.
Or get a bit of tape and
yeah, anything. Or get some clown pants. They can be the best fitting pants you've ever had.
The Swiss Superman does a hop, no skip, and a jump cross body and a giant swing into the sharpshooter. Thumb to the eye, brogue kick, and Sheamus draws first blood in the best of 7 in 1410. This was a match that you wouldn't look forward to seeing, but watching it was actually great. They kicked the shit out of each other.
They've had 2 decent matches in the last couple of weeks, so it's like, this match is going to be good, but going to burn out. Like, we've got 6 more of these left. We've already seen 3.
Well, like, when watching this, I was like, if you're Sheamus, how do you stay motivated if you've got nothing on the horizon? You've had nothing for years. Like, I think it just probably had the best match with what you're given. And that's what they did, you know? 2 gorilla thumbs up, lads. It was actually, I didn't sell it very well, but it was really fun to watch. Fun to watch. Ooh, with that out of the way, it must be time to kick off SummerSlam.
I believe it's called Summerfest.
Ah, the Summerfest.
Jeremy Piven. Fuck right off, mate.
It's SummerSlam 2016, August 24th from the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, site of NXT TakeOver the previous night and Raw the following night afterwards, with a purported attendance of 15,974. Commentators tonight are the new, since the draft, teams of Raw, Michael Cole, Byron Saxton and NXT's Corey Graves, and SmackDown Live's Mauro Ranallo, JBL, and Mr. Jennifer Hudson, David Otunga.
Wah, wah.
From the nightclub.
He's the worst.
He's awful. He has nothing to say, and the other commentators sandbag him.
Not even that, like, he sounds like he's reading what he's saying. Like, you know, he's not feeling anything. He's the worst.
We are going to do it!
Do what? What are we gonna do?
It.
Our inaugural contest is Enzo Amore and Big Cass versus Jeri-Ko, Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens. Enzo and your boy, Can of Piss.
My boy, who I will be honest with, has actually done way better than I thought he would. Like, I thought this guy was going to die a death. And for those few weeks where Enzo was out injured, he was pretty good.
I think they're in their perfect spot with each other, like their tag division, you know.
Yeah, but you know Vince is going to want to break these guys.
Well, he
up.
wants to get Cass as a singles.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
He's gonna bomb.
He's gonna bomb.
His promos are bad.
Yeah.
Like, he can only rub off Enzo, you know.
And he can only cut a promo doing this finger thing. It's
The
ridiculous.
finger point to the jocks.
Finger point to the jocks. Watch him like the next time.
Enzo and Can of Piss were brought up the night after Raw. Enzo's been getting a ton of mic time to show off his promo skills. He was out briefly after a nasty concussion whilst wrestling the Vaudevillains, but he's back and they are prominently featured on Raw and back up John Cena when he needs it. Enzo, he wears sneakers. He said he hates wearing boots, but it was mandatory that he owned a pair when he went to the developmental center.
Okay.
And when he did wear them one time, he broke his leg.
Oh.
So he's like, never again. And the only other dude to wear them is John Cena.
Yeah.
Or Shane McMahon if he counts. So he wears a different pair of Air Jordans every night.
Hey, no.
Chris Jeri-Ko. It's like, damn him. Damn his talent.
Damn his mustache and beard combo.
It's awesome.
It's beautiful.
One of the greatest of all time. Continually reinventing himself.
There's no one who's ever done what he's done. And just every 2 or 3 years, brand new gimmick. Okay, his wrestling doesn't change that much, but this guy is fucking awesome. And he's been awesome for nearly 20 years.
Rockstar Jeri-Ko, suit clad, there will be blood Jeri-Ko, which
Yeah.
everyone ripped off afterwards.
Yeah. Oh God, Miz, Bobby Roode, fucking
Eric Young,
that's it.
the World Elite,
With his own leagy weagy.
and now there's the gift of Jeri-Ko.
Drink it in, man. He's awesome.
I love his heat garnering bare chest with scarf and the generic 70s insult of "you stupid idiot,"
Which is so over.
It's way
He's
over.
gotten it over.
And lately he's been telling people that they're going to get it.
Get what?
It.
He's the best at it.
Kevin Owens.
Is the second best at it. He's fucking great. I love this guy.
Incredible wrestler, fantastic talker, battled hardened on the indies. One of the very few who smack talks during his matches to keep you constantly engaged.
It's my favorite part of his gimmick, like just how he's always talking shit, and it's never bollocks. Like, it always makes sense, and it's funny. Yeah, he's fucking great. What a tag team.
So quick-witted on commentary. It doesn't matter how many matches or feuds he loses, he is so talented, he'll always be excellent.
Yeah.
And so when it comes time to push someone else, he's automatically slotted in. Even if he's not doing anything. Like, this tag team is a thrown together tag team. But the two are so good together. Why are these two dudes tagging? Because there's no depth to the Raw tag roster. This is what happens when you split the rosters.
Yeah.
New Jersey's Enzo and Cass get a huge response from the local Brooklyn crowd. He drops a ton of New York references like Biggie Smalls and Empire State of Mind. His promo style is highly scripted, whereas Jeri-Ko and Kevin Owens are much more freeform. But no one else delivers a promo like Enzo, so good stuff. The faces isolate Jeri-Ko after a cancelled corner spot. Cass fumbles Enzo over the top rope. That was terrifying. Love the heels' constant trash talk in the ring. Heels take control as Jeri-Ko does the biceps flex spot.
The gun show, yeah. Give him the tickets.
No dick fat. Leave it to the dick fat, mate.
Yeah, it's like, Jeri-Ko, you need to stop doing this. Kevin Owens, you have my permission to do this gimmick.
And Kevin Owens mocks Enzo's footwork. That was very funny. Y2J swats away a dive for the hot tag, looked awesome, and KO follows up with a gorgeous frog splash.
It was lovely.
Jeri-Ko with a huge top rope nothing. Eats a boot to the face. Enzo scores a "Did he get him?" DDG, but KO takes out Cass with a cannonball and hoofs Enzo up into a code breaker, and Jeri-Ko get the clean win in 12:08.
I was kind of shocked at this. I really thought they were going to put Enzo and Cass over.
Yeah, it was a story of their NXT careers that they cut promos to be really over and then they lose their match. Never won the tag titles. Like.
No.
Oh, Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho. Sploosh.
Yeah, I was like, love both of those. I still didn't think this match was all that good. I thought Enzo got battered for this entire match. Tags in Cass, then Cass gets taken out, and Enzo jobs. You know, you can cut good promos, but you have to win matches to get over, you know? Well, to get really over.
I was going for Roman Reigns.
Oh,
You were
were
going
you?
for that. It's the same song. Almost.
It really is.
Do you know who invented the Money in the Bank match? Do ya? Moi! There's some French for you. Aye!
Match number 2 for the women's title. It's Sasha Banks, the champion, versus Charlotte, with Dana Brooke banned at ringside. The boss! WWE pulled a Macho Man World War III on us at Mania, saying Sasha's not injured, but then took her off TV immediately afterwards for a couple of weeks. She was on hiatus. She had a serious concussion, but returned in June to try dethrone Charlotte. Following her victory at WrestleMania, Charlotte was crowned with the new Women's Championship and has been the face of the division since. She plays the cowardly heel champion, using NXT call-up Dana Brooke to cheat to win, which is why she's banned from ringside tonight. Charlotte is still uncomfortable on the mic, but has gotten more confidence, especially after having Nate by her side for a couple of months. And then the first Raw of the new era, Sasha won the women's belt, so here's the return match.
This is it.
Opening back and forth and terrifying botch as Charlotte, who's holding a supine Sasha, just drops her, who hits the top rope and then crumples on her neck.
What was it?
What was it going to be?
This is just dangerous. This is a red flag. What did she think was going to happen?
She wasn't in a position for a fall-away slam.
No.
Like, she was literally holding, like
a baby, like cradled.
Batman holds the Joker. You didn't believe me when I told you Brett's rope was the most dangerous.
Oh, it certainly is.
It's a bit scary watching them try buy Banks some time to recover. Like, Charlotte does a gory special and then Sasha has some failed offense. She sells it as a lower back injury, which they incorporate into the match. So that was pretty cool. Single arm backbreaker, kicks to the lower back, and hip toss into the corner. Sasha reverses a Brett's rope Razor's Edge with a Frankensteiner and gets a huge round of applause.
Yeah.
The boss follows up with Jenna Maraska slaps.
Yeah. Shame on her.
Brett's rope double knees, but her tilt-a-whirl bank statement is reversed into a pin, and Charlotte gets the 3 and regains her championship at 13:51.
I thought this came out of nowhere. I thought this was really, really stupid booking.
Because she had already tried a few pin attempts since the injury. Yeah.
Sasha has just won this belt. Like, I don't think she's as over as as some of the fans think. Like they're always chanting for like Sasha, but then she comes out and has a match, and it's like they're kind of quiet, But in saying that, I wouldn't have taken the belt off her. Charlotte had a good run. She can go off and feud with someone else for a couple of months. I don't really get this. I really don't. I think it's crazy.
Sasha's back injury, it's legit, but it's not that serious, so she won't need surgery, but she's gone for a little while.
How long?
Not long, because what you reap is what you sow. She went into the SummerSlam match with the injury, which is why she dropped the belt.
Just like Macho Man, but she wasn't injured. But she is.
You think Macho's arm is injured, brother.
This is what we call a dirt sheet, brother.
Don't work yourself into a shoot. He still does that shit on Twitter. It's hilarious. And Meltzer's always work and shoot, don't Whenever Hogan says Mark or Smark, he goes mental. Smarks don't exist, says the guy who deals exclusively with Smarks. Like,
So did you think that this match was good, Jay?
I actually really enjoyed it. I was terrified watching it after the first botch. I was like, oh my god. But I thought there was a lot of emotion in it.
Yeah.
You know?
I was the same as you. I thought after the first couple of minutes this match was going to be a disaster, but ended up being a pretty good fucking match. So fair play to both of them, and doubly fair play to them for not losing their cool. That's what pros do right there.
2 gorilla thumbs up.
Quiet on the set. Can we please have quiet on the set?
Awesome!
Apollo Crews versus the Intercontinental Champion, The Miz, with his hot wife.
Oh my god, she looked amazing.
Yes. And her face doesn't look as weird as it did in those photos because she's gotten plastic surgery.
Yeah.
I was like, what have you done to your face? You're gorgeous.
Yeah. You've got to be careful here. You don't want to turn into a cat lady.
Or Leslie Ash.
Or Leslie.
Or AJ's already halfway to Leslie Ash with the haircut. Apollo Crews, or Apollo Creed, as myself and Daniel Bryan call him, was called up to Raw after WrestleMania, but WWE have absolutely sweet fuck all for him to do, much like most NXT call-ups. Breeze.
This guy should never have been called up. He's a good athlete and he's got a great body. He's a decent wrestler. He just has no character and no promos. It's like only the 2 most important things for getting over in modern day wrestling.
It's kind of like Neville, you know? With his moveset.
I'd pick Neville over this guy in a heartbeat.
But he's a massive dude that does the same spots kind of thing, which is really cool.
Like he's just like a baby Lashley.
Baby Lashley, I love it.
Yeah.
Have you seen him on TNA?
No.
He has got like all the belts.
Nice.
And he's got the Legends belt and he chucked it to the ground. He's just unifying all the belts. It's actually really cool.
Where's Duggan? Now is your chance, Billy Corgan. Get this new TNA off to a hot start. Jim Duggan picks the belt up off the ground. This shit writes itself. Brawl to the back.
Do you know TNA are bringing out
the Grand title?
Grand Championship, but
Grand
it's like a mid-card belt.
It's very Irish. It's the Grand title.
It's grand. It's grand. So, Apollo Crews, he's been beating up the social outcasts and trading wins with Shamo. The Miz, still playing the delusional Z-list Hollywood megastar douchebag. Awesome. He is brilliant at it.
I really like it. I miss his 2-take J gimmick. Yeah, that written down? Awesome. I really do.
He only did it for like 2 weeks.
2 weeks. This is good shit right here.
Repeating your lines to get a better take, that's a money gimmick.
It's a good gimmick.
He's brought gorgeous Maurice. I said it like Michael Cole. He calls her Maurice. Maurice. Back to WWE, who will be part of Total Divas. But I just love their crazy attire. Their like fashion runway, ridiculous.
It's awesome.
Starlet attire. It's amazing. The Miz is still treated as an afterthought. Daniel Bryan plainly admitting that Miz was drafted just so SmackDown would have the IC title. And here we go. SmackDown presents the IC Championship. SmackDown's Morrow and JBL have done their homework and rattle off a ton of facts about Crews, who dominates the opening exchanges. It's really weird because it's like both heel and face are putting him over. It's like, you must really need it.
Hit Roman Reigns music. Like I was actually just about to do Taz again. So but I actually thought Crews looked really good here. Like really fast, really crisp. Still boring as fuck, but looked awesome.
Otunga adds nothing and is generally sandbagged.
Oh, absolutely. He's got so much agility and power. He's jacked and an acrobat. I call him a jacrobat.
JBL adds a bit of colour, mentioning The Rock models his career in training after The Miz.
Nice.
The match is in fast forward, as after being outclassed by Uha, Miz does the heel I'm leaving spot and uses the change-up to hit a skull-crushing finale and retains the IC belt in 5:45. A filler match is nothing.
This was a nothing match. Crews looked solid and Maurice looked amazing. Amaze balls. Miz may be the worst wrestler on the roster at looking at the ref's count. He makes it so fucking obvious. Is it really that difficult to close your eyes and count, like, in your brain?
I can't count to 3, Steve. Or if it 1, 2.
I just fucking do it, you know? It's bad.
Ooh, what number matches? Match number 4?
That's 4. Ooh.
Beat up John Cena! I love doing that! I love doing that!
Oh, yeah. You can hit it. Sweet ski for the good.
Match number 4. It's AJ Styles versus...
His name is John Cena.
His name is John Cena. Steve, I've just got written here, AJ Styles, Spooge.
Spooge t-shirt. But yeah.
How awesome is AJ Styles?
He's the best in the world.
I still can't believe AJ is in the WWE. I wanted him to come for over a decade.
Oh, over 10 years. Obviously, you want your favorite wrestlers to be in the biggest company, but we're always nervous. Land of the Giants, he'll be the next fucking Dolph Ziggler or lower on the card maybe. Holy shit, they booked this guy well. You know, he hasn't won every match. His feud with Jeri-Ko wasn't great, but he's clearly a main eventer in WWE. Whether or not he's the guy, who fucking cares? He's a main eventer in top level feuds, having the best matches on every card that he's on. Doesn't get better than this. He's fucking awesome.
Yeah. Leaving New Japan with Nakamura in early January, Styles debuted at the Royal Rumble. Initially, WWE didn't have massive plans for him, but they did pay him a bunch and changed their tune when they realised he's fucking fantastic.
He's phenomenal.
Yes, sells shit tons of merch and made Reigns look like $1 million.
Absolute superstar.
Kayfabe wise, it makes no sense that AJ keeps falling upwards. Like, he lost his feud with Chris Jericho, then he repeatedly lost against Roman Reigns, but was rewarded by turning on the biggest wrestling star in the world, John Cena. Initially helped by his Bullet Club buddies to help beat up John Cena. That was great, Steve. At the draft, the trio were split up. Oh, did you see the video where they actually taped it, where AJ legitimately found out that they were being drafted and split apart? And he's so sad.
Really?
Oh my God.
No, I haven't seen it.
He had
Splicey, please.
Wait, what?
He's gonna draft the brawl.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not kidding. Real life.
You're freaking kidding me. Hold down the blue, good brother.
Just, he had to compute it, and he's like, yeah, Bullet Club, lads. Yeah. I was like, oh my God. Because, like,
guy.
I'm sure he rides with them and that, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, so the trio are split up, leaving this SummerSlam matchup a fair fight, 1-on-1. How do you feel about the hardest part of the ring spots? You know, he does a suplex on the outside of the apron, the John Cena.
I think there's a way to do it that it doesn't kill me. I don't think it's that bad. But if you're like Kevin Owens in Ring of Honor and you're power bombing people onto the corner, that's gross.
Cena's cooking with all of his signature moves, but AJ counters an FU into a Pele and follows up with a Styles clash. The sheer mass of John Cena makes it difficult for him to turn over and do his beautiful pin transition. It was really like a massive hunk of meat. Like. Styles has learned from the best. Get a torture rack, a Lex Luger torture rack to John Cena. And it's into a spin-out powerbomb. I was like, man, if he wants to just take it to that next level, he's got to start selling with the wow. You guys got to wait till World War III. It's Luger selling.
It's amazing.
It's so good. Cena must fucking love wrestling this lad. He makes a back body drop look incredible.
Everything. It's the simplest of moves and just how he does it and how he times it. I also have to shout out, AJ did a springboard Frankensteiner. Oh, I just have it written here. You fucking beauty. It was awesome. He's the best wrestler in the world.
Yes. And Cena gets to do moves he normally wouldn't get to, like breaking out a code red. And Morrow sneakily mentioned it because Amazing Red from TNA. It's like, oh yeah. Fast-paced, big move, kick out and try again. Some sweet submission exchanges like AJ rolling into a calf killer and Cena reversing with an STFU.
This was great. I marked out to AJ rolling into the calf killer. It was beautiful.
Cena may be sloppy at fundamentals like punches, execution, bellowing out spots.
You talk too much.
But he's very entertaining and he elicits emotion.
I actually think Cena is better now than he's ever been. He's had so many good matches in the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
I actually feel bad for how much shit I gave him when I was younger, but it's just like, he's fucking great.
His matches are very emotional.
Yeah,
highly
he tells
invested matches,
stories.
Yeah. The lads are absolutely knackered after a relentless display of big moves, so it's time to go home. Cena's first attempt at a Brett's Rope FU is met with a Hurricane Rana and a phenomenal forearm. His second, dubbed an Avalanche AA, only garners a 2 and the crowd flip out.
Tremendous match and equally tremendous atmosphere at SummerSlam in Brooklyn.
Cena just gawks at AJ in disbelief.
It was great for absolutely ages. I'm like, Cena is giving this guy the fucking rub. He's putting this guy over.
The squeeze of a lifetime. Cena.
Yeah.
His third attempt is with a regular AA and is countered into a Styles Clash. AJ unsheathes his elbow and hits the phenomenal forearm. 1, 2, 3 and a huge clean win in 23-10.
Awesome. Absolutely loved this match. Loved all of it. It was never boring and it built and built and built to a phenomenal ending. The booking to like have AJ go over strong, to have Cena put him over so well just prior to the finish. Mwah, beautiful.
He said it all there. Fantastic. Huge pay-per-view to give AJ the rub. You know, really put him over strong. Awesome. And it doesn't affect Cena one bit.
Spooge McDuck. Question for you. Obviously, AJ's brilliant and the fans love him.
Yes.
Should he just be a babyface? Because now,
whatever he's gonna do, he's a babyface. Because the way WWE works now, because they've driven away all the casual fans, so there's only really hardcore fans left. So it's really babyface and heel is like talented versus untalented. So Eva Marie's gonna be a heel regardless.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And AJ Styles is gonna be a face regardless.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, like, okay, so do you just put him in a feud now with Ambrose and put the belt on AJ?
Oh my God, let's do that. Yes,
let's.
Make a wish, Vince Russo.
Oh my God. That was a great line though.
Good work, Matthew. Jon Stewart is out for some reason. He's looking actually quite sickly. You can tell how
kind of jaundiced, like.
You can tell how last minute his appearance spot on the card was. His promo's really shaky. Stewart slags off his booking last year, where he interfered, costing Cena his title against Seth, and introduces the New Day. He bellows so slowly, the crowd run ahead of him and he just gives up.
He just kind of lets him go.
Steve, whenever we do WrestleCon, we've got to get the fans to do our intro.
Yes.
Can we have our own bootios?
Yes, but I told you, our bootios won't have a hole in them. They'll be puckered.
Just be assholes.
It's just be assholes, yeah.
Let's hear it for New Day, New Day. Their next contest is for the tag team title. It's the New Day, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston versus the Club, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. New Day, the lads have been a featured staple part of Raw for the past year or so. And as out-and-out babyfaces, instead of insulting their opponents, they hawk their awesome merchandise. Although they're awesome, they are getting a bit long in the tooth.
Yes, yeah.
Before this, they feuded with the Wyatts in a really lame attempt to recreate the phenomenal broken Matt Hardy storyline in TNA.
As if they were going to match that.
State of your shaky cam piss filter, WWE.
It was terrible. It was awful.
They just did not understand what Matt Hardy was doing.
No. They didn't go full fucking circle. You know, you have to go full retard and make this shit work. Where was Xavier on a lawnmower cutting their grass going, look at me now? Like, that would have been great.
The club. What kind of club? WWE won't tell us. The lads were part of New Japan's Bullet Club stable underneath Prince Devitt and AJ Styles and have wangled a job in WWE. Initially earmarked as a big deal, it turned sour real fast as they started jobbing to the Usos. Why, you ask? Anderson's reportedly not well liked. He made bitchy remarks and veiled digs at other wrestlers, including like Ric Flair owing him money on Jeri-Ko's podcast. It's a very dumb move. Like,
that was really stupid. He's clearly the best out of both of those guys.
Yeah.
Like, Doc Gallows, yeah, you've had a decent career, mate, but you're not good at wrestling. You're tall. Fair play to you.
The two have doctor gimmicks now. Doc Gallows.
They also have the worst writing in all of wrestling.
Oh
currently.
my god, big banger Brian Gewirtz, Attitude Era style.
You can just imagine
Nick Carter.
Vince like pissing himself. Like, so fucking funny. Dicks and balls.
Yes, they've been using the ring post to injure wrestlers like Big E's balls and proclaiming it ring post-itis, carrying around the New Day's samples with them. Let's see what these lads can do in 9 minutes, 9 seconds. The wrestlers are working in fast forward. New Day absolutely deconstruct the club. Unicorn Stampede, which makes sense with Xavier's horned boots. Get a one-man bowling pin spot and a big elbow drop. But after Bullet Club hit a magic killer, Jon Stewart interferes on New Day's behalf. Stops and interferes again. Prepared to take a heel finisher, Stewart tucks his shirt into his pants. That was amazing. That was very good. Big E runs in for the save and the ref calls for the DQ. Langston drinks from the jars. It's like, there could be piss in there, mate.
Yeah.
To proclaim the gimmick over. A light-hearted fluff match in 9:09.
I didn't enjoy it at all. I hated Stewart coming out, cutting his promo. I didn't think there was anything good about this match. Like, you know, I thought Kofi looked pretty slick, but that was about it. Couldn't care less about this. It's actually probably better to just move on. This is 2 feuds now in a row for New Day that hasn't worked out. So, I don't know, maybe they need to turn heel. And then become bigger faces.
You know, Big E's theme hits and he runs in. In kayfabe, how do you explain that? Is there like a welcome mat that you step on and that it triggers your theme? Did he want to run in 2 minutes ago and he runs the production truck, tells him, hey, play my theme in 30 seconds?
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
pelts it? But actually on Raw, Mick Foley explained it.
Really?
25 years into the business. He was talking to Seth Rollins, said, your match is up next. And then he has a walkie-talkie with him and he says, hey, production truck, play Seth Rollins music.
Nice.
And there you go.
Very good. Okay.
So I imagine Mick Foley is backstage monitoring the area, and whenever he sees a wrestler running, he'll like walkie-talkie the production truck.
Good stuff.
Hey, this is Raw General Manager Mick Foley. Will you hit Seth Rollins' music, please?
Ambrose versus Dolph Ziggler for Ambrose's WWE World Title.
Beep, 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 beep.
Dean Ambrose, poor lad. Extremely talented promo character, great mind for wrestling. And WWE have been testing him for the past few years, ever since he broke up with The Shield. Absolutely terrible writing, just to see how he does.
Worst. How could his feud with Chris Jericho have been bad? It was terrible. They feuded over a plant. Although Jericho did keep the whole 79 tacks in my body. It's a great gimmick. I love that.
Ambrose can only turn so much chicken shit into chicken salad. It's like he was always WWE's second or third choice, as he's regularly just slotted in to go-nowhere feuds like with Bray Wyatt, and is beaten clean by bigger heels like non-active Triple H and part-timer Brock Lesnar. With Seth being heel and the Reigns experiment over, Ambrose is now SmackDown's top babyface. He won the Money in the Bank ladder match and cashed in on Seth later that night. Who's he facing? Dolph Ziggler. Welcome to the SmackDown half the roster era. He's had multiple failed attempts at becoming world champion and multiple failed runs of being world champion, and Ambrose is using his stagnation to play mind games and get inside his head, which has just strengthened Ziggler's resolve. It was a three-pronged attack: subliminal, liminal, and superliminal. Hey you, join the Navy. Sounds good to me. Getting in Ziggler's head, that's not very Ambrose. That's a sneaky heel move.
He's been quite heelish in the build-up to this match. Like, he said some really nasty things, you know, some hurtful things. Basically telling Ziggler that he's not as good as he thinks he is. He's a bit of a mid-carder for life, and thanks for trying, you know? That's basically it.
I quite like Zigglypuff's silver and black America outfit. Yeah, what's with that "Don't Tread on Me" logo? I hate foreigners. He tries to blow up Ambrose at the start, which I thought was very funny and ineffective. Like, he is just doing as much amateur wrestling stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, well, Ambrose has a lot of cardio. He's grand.
I actually thought it looked good. Like, I thought Dolph looked sharp and probably the best I've seen him in a while.
And we get a couple of eccentricities from Ambrose. When the referee admonishes Dean for grabbing Dolph's hair, he cordially releases it and shakes referee Rudy Charles' hand. He then mocks Ziggler by tuning up the band, sexy swivel hips, but eats a headbutt and super kick for his troubles.
His swivel hips was so bad. It's like, this guy has no coordination at all. You know, it'd be like me doing it.
And SmackDown's Bryan and Shane recoil in the background. Dean headbutts him back, successful because Dolph is white, blocks a top rope facebuster and hits the Dirty Deeds for the win in 15-18.
This match disappointed me. I really thought that the two of them would want to go out and give the fans something a little bit more than what they did. To me, it felt like a TV main event.
That's exactly what I've written.
Really?
Big bang a TV match off this.
Yeah.
Like, SummerSlam is the second most important pay-per-view of the year, and Ambrose needs to be in high-profile matches to get him over as a world champion.
Yeah.
Instead, he's fighting halfway down the card in the breather section after AJ and Cena against a perennial mid-carder, the least special wrestler on the roster. He is there every week. There's
going to be some Dolph fans that are so angry because he has his legions of fans, like...
But he is always there. He always has a match. He's not special.
You know, his gimmick is that he steals shows. He doesn't. He doesn't.
It's been a while since he's been the best wrestler on the show.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
They had a very boring match. It was quite sad.
Yeah.
You want them both to do better.
Yeah.
Hopefully Ambrose moves on to a bigger star.
AJ.
Oh,
let's fucking do it. Let's do it.
Just, you should always go with your biggest guns.
Yeah.
Like, have him face Cena.
Earthquake.
Yes. Mind that, dick fat.
Oh, here we go. Sleeper match of the night.
Next up, it's Becky Lynch, Naomi, and Carmella versus Natalya, Alexa Bliss, and Eva Marie. Becky Lynch.
Billy 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 Boo, Billy Billy Boo, Billy 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 Boo, Billy Billy Boo. We really actually
we love Becky.
We love you, Becky.
She is an awesome, very underrated wrestler. Probably.
She may be the worst booked superstar currently in WWE. Booked like a stupid person and like a bad wrestler.
The number one female draftee to SmackDown. on a brand with no women's belts. And she mentioned it on a promo. Well, why am I wrestling here? What am I gonna do? Becky's looking to shake off the running gag of how all of her friends turn on her, whether it's Paige, Charlotte, Dana Brooke debuting, or Natalya at Money in the Bank. Those all happened within the last year.
Well, she's booked to be the stupidest person on the roster.
Mm-hmm. Stephanie McMahon quoted saying they'll integrate LGBT characters into the show.
I cannot wait.
WWE, they're known for their subtlety, their nuance, their sensitivity.
Oh, yeah.
So if you want to see their subtlety, see the top 10 lesbian pollen gimmicks.
Excellent.
Which is where women go gay for a couple of months just to get a pop in the ratings.
Yep.
Naomi is just back after rehabbing a torn ankle tendon and filming Marine Far.
Oh my God. Wait, is 4 even out yet?
Yes. 4, okay. Okay, Marine 1, Cena. Marine 2, Teddy DiBiase Jr.
Oh.
Marine 3, The Miz, which we reviewed actually.
Wasn't as bad as 2.
Marine 4, Miz and Summer Rae. And Miz, the Marine 5 is Miz, Maurice, Naomi, and the Social Outcasts.
We're doing this movie?
Oh, God. You want a bit of gully bully in your life?
Oh, yeah.
Naomi, I like her new outfit. It's like a royalty-free version of, women that have dresses made out of Magic the Gathering cards. Also, her boots are lit up.
She's been wearing lighty boots for a while though.
Very ghetto futuristic. Carmella wasn't drafted to Raw with her boyfriend Big Cass because WWE like fucking with couples.
That's really cruel.
Del Rio Page.
Yeah. They fucked right back at them, didn't they? It's like, let's go and do drugs together and fail tests.
Happy birthday, Paige. 30 days.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that was on her birthday. Yeah.
Alexa Bliss was called up from NXT and dropped her Aussie Nightmare on Elm Street buddies. Natalya recently turned heel on Becky, but personality-wise, she's still as awkward as ever. You suck the charisma out of the room, like. And no Eva Marie.
I love this gimmick.
I was devastated, although you knew she wasn't going in. Yeah, 3 years deep into her WWE career, and she's still awful. Becky Lynch had this interview. So how is it wrestling with Eva Marie? And it's like, I like a challenge, And she tries hard. It's like, good girl, Becky, Sidestep that question. Eva Marie is a delusional heel that considers herself the best wrestler. And her current gimmick is finding random excuses not to wrestle, which is hilarious in kayfabe and shoot. Previous excuses are feeling like she has a thigh injury, a kayfabe wardrobe malfunction, and traffic problems.
Traffic.
Awesome. Got a bit of dirty face. What's her excuse tonight? She's been legit suspended for 30 days for a wellness violation. She contests that she didn't submit paperwork in time for her ADHD meds as to why she got popped. How was it explained on screen?
She was too stressed and needed a holiday.
Kablamo.
Brilliant.
That is all. What an excuse. He blamed the fans.
It's great. Well. It's really good.
Who's her replacement? You could look, but you can't touch. Babyface Nikki Bella.
Yeah.
Joining the heels. He was cleared a few days ago. Heel Nia Jax would have made more sense, but I am not complaining.
Oh, she's not like most girls. Like,
seen her men's t-shirt?
Please, splicey that.
Big purple font on, black tee. I'm not like most girls. And it comes in men's sizes.
Oh.
Amazing. I think they might have updated it to say I'm not like most. It's really just a match to get everyone's signature moves in. Becky does a nice Matrix escape. Naomi does her head scissors butt rub and can kicks.
Butt rug?
Rub.
Okay. I can go, what's this butt rug?
It's like
where can I have one?
It's like a backwards merkin. Oh. Carmella does an airplane flying head scissors. Nikki heelishly breaks a pin to do the Scott Steiner press-ups. Alexa does a gymnastics double knee drop and somersault into a double knee, and Becky does 3 springboard side kicks in the corner. It all degenerates into a schmaltz, and the weakest member of the team, Carmella, eats Nikki's forearm and a TKO, and the heels win in 11:07.
They were okay. Attractive women.
Excellent. Nothing much. Just to say hello to Nikki again. I know she's improved tremendously, and she's come a long way from her and Brie sharing a hot tub with John Laurinaitis, allegedly. You know,
wait, isn't he like their dad now?
It's so creepy. You can look and you can touch. But seeing her mix with the new crowd feels like a step backwards. Like the Bellas are the poster girl for divas, and WWE are trying to move beyond that to female wrestlers. The lads show Wale and Fabulous in the crowd. He brought his merch from home.
That's so awesome.
Love it. WWF Racers cap and an Undertaker tee that's at least 15 years old.
That's how you know someone's an actual fan. I have this top from back in the day.
Can't find my XFL shirt anywhere. No idea.
It's okay. You've still got your XFL ball, and I'm sure you have more XFL merch somewhere around the place. Ireland's only fan of the XFL.
To crown a new Universal Champion, it's Seth Rollins versus Finn Bálor. Finn Bálor! Oh, fucking hell. The real rock and roller. 35-year-old Prince Devitt has been wrestling since 2000. Growing up in Bray, County Wicklow, he wrestled in NWA UK, helped establish NWA Ireland, including training Becky Lynch. He's been in New Japan for the best part of a decade and is very well respected, known for his dedication, discipline, professionalism, and having fantastic matches. And I don't think he's had a carb since 2010.
No, dude is shredded, isn't he?
Part of tag team Apollo 55 with Taguchi.
Funky weapon.
And after a couple of big tournament losses, his coming out party was winning the Best of the Super Juniors tournament in 2010. From then on, he held the junior heavyweight belt for almost a year before turning heel and getting bouncer Bad Luck Fale. It's like, just pronounce it Fail. Bad Luck Fail. The real rock and roller created and led the Bullet Club with Carl Anderson and Meng's son, Tama Tonga. It blew up into this huge thing, a company-wide faction with many members coming in and out like a modern-day NWO. Never have you seen so many Bullet Club knockoff t-shirts.
Yes.
Around Wrestle Kingdom 8 in 2014, he prominently added body paint for his big matches, which takes at least 6 hours each to put on. Never getting the world title from Tanahashi, Bullet Club's Young Bucks turned on him and booted him out, naming AJ Styles as the new leader. Devitt packed his bags, ended his model/spokesperson deal with Armani Exchange, and left Japan.
Man, dude had it fucking well over there, so he must have gotten a sweet deal.
A good-looking Ganjin. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Devitt! That's all you could hear when you watch his matches.
Fergal officially signed with NXT in September 2014, and his ring name would be Finn Bálor, after popular Irish legend Finn McCool and Bálor. Hearing him talk about them on Raw was incredibly surreal. It was awesome. Finn McCool was this giant that built the Giant's Causeway as stepping stones to Scotland. He pretended to be a baby to outsmart an even bigger giant. And it's like, oh shit, if this is the baby, I don't want to see the dad. And he ran back to Scotland and smashed the rest of the stones on the way to Scotland. And Bálor is the fiery, one-eyed god of drought. And he had like a fiery gaze. It was awesome. After 292 days as NXT champion and building NXT as a viable touring brand, Finn was named number 5 overall draft pick to Raw and came out. Wow, when he came out on Raw, I've never seen so many straight men. I fuck another guy. He's been put over mega strong. On his Raw debut, he won a 4-way and then beat Roman Reigns clean to become the new top babyface on Raw.
I was pretty fucking crazy. Like the fact that they're just going all out with this relatively small guy from day one. That's pretty cool. It's what we've been wanting for years. Just bring someone in, shoot them to the top. See how it goes. If it fails, it fails. So what?
It helps that he's mega talented as well.
Yeah.
And incredibly professional as well. He faces CrossFit Jesus. Captain CrossFit, #1 draft pick, Rambo Apocalypse. Seth Rollins botching a sunset powerbomb on Kane at a Dublin house show and needing knee surgery. He returned 6 months later to a massive hero's welcome, put over so strong in WWE 24 special. However, WWE denied his natural progression to huge babyface and kept him as the same smarmy heel. He beat Roman for the WWE title at Money in the Bank, but Ambrose cashed in on him and took his belt. Being the #1 draft pick, Stephanie awarded him his spot in tonight's matchup to crown Raw's new Universal Champion. Named after the WWE Universe, so it's a buzzword.
I don't think it hurts it, but I don't like it. They should have just went with WWE and World Champion.
And what do you think of the new title?
Disgusting looking. It looks like some kind of Haribo sweet.
They cut up Nakamura's jacket and made it into a belt.
Yeah, the fucking state of it.
Actually, Seth Rollins, after his match, he went onto Twitter and then on Raw as well. He gave out to the fans saying, all you can talk about is how ugly this belt is and not the competitors wrestling. Fuck's sake, like. Well, not fuck's sake. Well, I'm disappointed. He would. Fuck's sake.
Fuck's sake.
Fuck's sake, lads. They should have done what they did with the women's belt and actually debuted like a week beforehand.
Yeah.
Everyone gets used to it.
Gauge it, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, everyone at least get used to it so it's not a talking point.
It looks like a toy.
The massive WWE logo, it's a marketing decision. It's so celebrities can hold a trinket that says WWE on it so you know whose belt it is.
Yeah.
As opposed to Big Goldie. You know, it's just a lovely traditional belt. You know?
Yeah.
But you couldn't say, oh, that's WWE's belt.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Ooh, Seth looks like Multiple Man from Marvel with a black outlined with luminous green version of his Snake Plissken attire.
He looks awesome. He wears really cool fucking gear.
Also looks like one of the soldiers in Tron Legacy.
Yes, he does.
And Lego Batman.
Nice.
Thank the lads on Twitter for that.
Nice.
Oh, during his entrance, we say hello to all the international commentators. And they say, oh, there's Funaki, SmackDown #1. I was like, do you remember the first time they showed him as commentator? And he was trying to do his SmackDown #1. He forgot his lines, but the cameraman had already timed it out to move away from him. So he's just trailing off, trying to reach his spot. It's amazing.
Oh, yes.
Konnichiwa. Payback o tanoshimi kudasai.
This is Blackie. Payback. #1.
Bálor does his theatrical demon entrance. Oh, you can tell The Undertaker helped him to create this.
I think it looks fucking amazing. I just think it went on a bit long. Also, I actually thought he wasn't wearing enough paint. I like it better when he's kind of covered more.
He had the kind of Jared Leto Joker anarchy writing on himself.
Yeah, which is cool.
I thought it looked cool, yeah.
Probably my second least favourite of all of his entrances.
The worst is in London?
Yeah, of course. The state of it is fucking...
Jack the Ripper.
Oh, Jack the Ripper. You bloody wanker.
Steak and kidney boy. What do you think of WWE breaking out the full demon makeup on Raw beforehand?
Boggled. I can't understand.
Horn boggled.
This is so stupid. You gave away
a big selling point, a wow factor.
One of the coolest things about the show, you just gave away for free.
There's no kayfabe reasoning for Finn to have the demon gimmick already. He hasn't been put into a corner or hasn't.
He was just asked, "Where's the Demon King? Where is Call Will, the Demon King?"
Rambo Apocalypse is in control and uncharacteristically slows it down. Outside the ring, Seth does his buckle bomb into the barricade. David smacking his shoulder and elbow off the barricade. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Seth puts Bálor in a triangle, starts smack talking, but also the lads have a noticeable chat. He pushes Finn to the outside, who lays prone for a natural length of time. Oh fuck, you're injured.
You're fucking hurt, mate. Oh god.
Rollins stalls as Bálor stops using his right arm. It was scary. Actually, on Raw, they actually show when Bálor dislocates his shoulder and pops it back in. Seth follows up with a dangerous buckle bomb again that clips Finn's elbow. Fuck, mate.
This buckle bomb, isn't it the same move that hurt Sting as well?
Yeah, twice.
I think it may be time to retire this.
Yes. It's not even a big move, though. Like, it's just a transition spot. He does it, and then they do something else.
He could easily just do an Irish whip to the corner and then do the exact same spot.
Demon King's able to regroup for some big spots. Hit a double dropkick, 1916, and kicks out of the pedigree. Seth follows up with an old school small package driver. That's very funny. Corey Graves marks out to it.
It was awesome looking, though. It was really cool. Daniel Bryan used to do the same move, right?
And an awesome roll through top rope superplex, but his pedigree is countered. Finn goes home, hitting his double foot stomp, double missile dropkick, and hits the coup de grace for the 1-2-3, and in 1924, the time, not the year, Finn Bálor becomes the first ever Universal Champion.
Yeah, kind of sad, because I was dying for this match. This was my main event. Injury really hurt this match. It was like, this match was okay. What would this match have been if Finn wasn't hurt? Because towards the end of the match, pretty much the only move he could do was his like double drop kick to the corner.
Yeah, way too many drop kicks.
He did it about 8 times, and I'm like, oh mate, you know, I'm like, obviously I'm not giving out because there's a reason why this is the only thing you can do, but it really hurt the fucking match, and it really hurt the fans. The fans were not into this match, really.
Yeah, it was very sad. Although it started slow, I assumed they were going to do a Japanese style match where it builds up into a flurry.
Yeah.
The injury rocked the flow of the match, and I spent the rest of it just worrying about Finn Bálor. As two of the very best wrestlers in the world, the match has to be considered disappointing. It was nice to see afterwards Fergal goes to his man dad to celebrate. But yeah, we find out that this is a serious injury and he will be out. He needs shoulder surgery. He tore his labrum and he'll be out for 6 months.
Fuck.
So on Raw, he stripped of the belt. So it was really sad. I was
really sad.
Devastated.
Yeah.
Devastated.
Devastated.
When you say that, it just sounds like some like little Japanese Onryu getting hammered like.
It's what it is, really.
But yeah, anyway, man, this disappointing match.
I was looking forward to this so much.
Oh, Seth Rollins, he's so amazing. And Finn Bálor, oh my god, it's Finn. Oh my god, he's on Raw. A month ago, you were in freaking NXT trying to prop up the lads, like, you know?
Yeah.
And they put you on Raw, rocketed to the moon.
They give you the push of a lifetime.
This is like Roman Reigns condensed into like 1 month.
Yeah.
Like. Speaking of... It's the US title match. It's champion Alexander Rusev versus Roman Reigns. Wow. Roman Reigns is a bit of an up. Romany Gypsy Reigns back in the mid card. Holy shit.
Honestly, not only in the mid card, in the death spot.
It's the best place for him, honestly. Having been fast-tracked through developmental, hidden his shortcomings in the Shield, and fast-tracked to the main event of 2 WrestleManias, and having 3 world title reigns, despite being an average wrestler and promo, it's only served to heighten fan revolt. By now, it's actually a bit unfair, but it's a running gag, as he's improved tremendously over the last year. Whenever he goes on offense, he just gets mercilessly booed.
Yeah.
Thunderous heat from the vocal majority. WWE officially ended Reigns' main event push on Raw July 25th as Finn Bálor beat him clean to become the number one contender. Reigns giving an admission of failure and a pass the torch post-match promo where he endorses Finn and says, "Oh, go get him," you know. Now that the pressure's off, he can work on his character, promos, and in-ring, and has set his sights on the mid-card title of newlywed Alexander Rusev. Rusev Putria, Rusev Machka.
Well, I love this guy. He's great.
He is. He's tremendously charismatic.
Yeah.
The rascally Russian, now Bulgarian again, is up to his 2014 tricks, being the evil foreigner with the US Championship after defeating Kalisto at Extreme Rules. The gimmick has re-instigated one of my very most hated pet peeves: wrestlers adopting a patriotic gimmick when it suits them, like a Virgil-looking Titus O'Neil and a flag-clad Zack Ryder. And like, okay, Zack, where's your flag now? Where's your fucking flag? I thought you were an American. How dare you adopt the gimmick when
Only
it suits
when
you?
it suits you. Yeah.
Just to garner some cheap cheers, you know?
Yeah.
sorry, Zack. You've got enough problems, mate.
It's all right, though. He has Mojo now to keep him company.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
He got demoted to NXT? Zack Ryder to pick up Mojo?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Anyway, the American Samoan is next. Lana is dressed in a wedding dress inspired outfit. Oh, my God.
She's awesome.
It's so hot.
Yeah.
Although her pants are kind of big. They're
Grand.
the kind of granties. Bit of Sherry, SummerSlam 92.
You should love that then.
No, that one works if it's a jumper.
An Elganzi.
Yeah. She says her man will fight for her right
to
party. Like a dirty foreigner, Rusev Pearl Harbors Reigns to kick off. We get the obnoxious bobbing camera work for punches. Oh my God. Fuck right off Kevin Dunn.
It's awful, isn't it?
Is Kevin Dunn still working for them?
I think so.
Well, blame Kevin Dunn anyway.
Yeah.
Kevin Dunn, what the hell was that?
Awesome.
The lads just schmaltz and brawl to the back. Oh my God. It's an angle. It's not a match.
Yeah. TV match number 2 on this show.
That's very generous, Steve.
Actually, yeah, there's been more TV matches on this show.
It's deemed a
no contest.
Yeah, see you next month, lads. Now it makes sense why they gave this match away on the Raw before SummerSlam.
Yeah, and let me just say, I thought that this was really clever booking, because this match was in the death spot. It was going to die a slow, awful death. And I thought that they actually got the fans cheering for Roman Reigns by the end of the segment, because, you know, he'd like walk away and then he'd jump back on Rusev and batter him again. Yeah, it kind of worked.
Yeah, job done.
Yeah.
I actually appreciated that they didn't have this match. I didn't want to see it.
No, I really didn't want to see this match.
So thanks.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh man, did you see the Rusev FCC complaint?
Yes.
Oh my God.
It's beautiful.
Rusev. He hurt the flag and that is an illegal. He is a terrorist. It's like,
oh, America.
That should be a segment.
It's great.
You got to keep this to yourself. Keep it on the down low.
Yeah.
But could you imagine if they stopped Raw for 2 weeks at the behest of this cunt? Like?
Yes.
There's one match left. One beast left to perform.
Oh, yeah.
One stroppy cunt gets battered. So it must be your main event. Steve, do you have kids?
I do not have children.
Just pretend you have kids for a second.
I have kids.
I don't give a shit about your kids.
I don't give a shit about your kids.
It's your main event. Randy Orton versus Brock Lesnar. Randy Orton Hell in a Cell last year, picked up a shoulder injury. Also had
Of course he did.
Also had some neck worries. Wasn't ready for Mania, but he's good to go now. It was weird that this match was announced first and then they start the build from there. It's usually the other way around.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar, mayor of Suplex City. That's been going on for a year and a half now. I think it's kind of run its course.
Kind of has.
It's all he does now. It's actually taken over his matches.
Yeah.
You know? He faced Ambrose at WrestleMania, shot down many ideas, and ended up having a poor match. On Austin's podcast, Dean was wildly disappointed and called Brock lazy.
That's a brave man. I would not call Brock anything other than amazing and the best.
And handsome.
Big pudding head in them.
He looks like a thumb.
Oh, I'm so glad he lives so far away from us.
Yes. In a very non-WWE move, WWE actually allowed Brock Lesnar to compete at UFC 200 while still under contract.
It's crazy.
Surreal seeing UFC and WWE co-promote each other. Went on WWE.com and they had the trailer for UFC 200. Like, holy shit. Oh, what do you think of the match? Brock and Mark Hunt.
Fascinating, because, you know, I'm a fight fan, but I couldn't call it a good fight. Thought Brock was very negative. It was obvious that he didn't want to be hit. It was obvious that Mark Hunt didn't want to be taken down. So we kind of had a stalemate and it wasn't that great. But in saying that, I was very happy to see Brock win because I'm a huge Brock fan and I think it's better for our business.
Yes, Brock Lesnar won by decision, which is also great for WWE, and picked up $2.5 million. Got juice? There's a sign when he was going.
I've seen it. Yeah. It's great. It's great.
Brock was busted for clomiphene, which is an estrogen blocker, which athletes use at the end of their steroid cycle to counteract its side effects.
However, John Jones also failed for the same drug, and he found a supplement that had clomiphene in it. So don't be shocked if Brock Lesnar was like, "Oh, I was using that as well. It's grand."
That must make Brock Roy-D. Magoo 2016.
Pretty much.
Actually, have you seen Rey Mysterio?
I've seen a picture of him.
Rey Mysterio. Who's that busting out the side of a boat? Like? Lesnar is facing a ban from UFC for 2 years. What ramifications do WWE enact?
Yeah.
Sweet fuck off.
It's great.
It is great to be Brock Lesnar.
It is. You know, Paige and Del Rio and Eva Marie, they all failed. And Brock Lesnar has a more public, more famous failure than all of them. And they're like, well, he wasn't with us at the time. It was a UFC failure. I'm just like, wow, Vince. Fucking wow.
Billy Gunn must be so pissed because you remember he got popped for taking steroids for
a bodybuilding thing, wasn't it?
He's not even an active wrestler. Yeah. So come SummerSlam, his recent UFC ventures been swept under the rug. I just didn't mention it. So it's Suplex City versus Viperville, F5 versus RKO, Brock Lesnar versus Randy Orton. 15 years in the making, although they joined the roster 14 years ago. Brock has fucking none of an RKO attempt. He just pushes them off. And Randy visits Suplex City with some sandbag German suplexes.
He does not want to go up. Oh, you're going up, boyo.
It doesn't matter what you want.
Yeah.
You don't like what you like. Although Brock is way above brand split bullshit and shows up wherever he's booked, this is a Raw vs. SmackDown match and as such is commentated by a mix of both announced teams, Morrow, JBL and Corey Graves. Man, it's actually the best team they could have. Orton turns the tide with an RKO on the announce table, which doesn't keep Brock down for long. RKO! F5! And Lesnar just goes into full mount and busts open Orton with elbows to the forehead. Fucking awesome.
This was insane.
It was savage. It was brutal. The ref stops the match, which should signal an immediate ref stoppage.
Yeah.
And Orton turns over, revealing a pool of blood.
Look at this.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh my God. The fans were like kind of booing this until the camera catches the pool of blood and then it goes from boo to When's the last time we've seen this?
I was thinking with Brock
Cena.
and Cena.
Yeah, Cena. Did Cena get this blood though? Like
not this amount of blood, but he was busted open pretty well. It was about the same thing. It's like Brock Lesnar got on top of him, elbows to the forehead.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Carnal. Just bloodlust, you know? The crowd gasped, and my reaction was the same. It's like, oh my fuck.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar wins by TKO.
I loved this match. I don't think I could call this a good match, but I loved every second of it. It was different. Like, when's the last time you've seen something like this in wrestling at all? Like Frank Trigg and AJ? Oh my God, we've just been praising AJ all night and we bring it up as worst match ever. Just Brock having his wicked way. He was booked to be the best fighter in the world. And even though it was like a snuff match for
yes,
for like most of it, for that 90 seconds where Randy hit his RKO and then went for like the punt, I was like, oh, this is great. The fans were loving it. And then Brock took over again and it kept being awesome. And then that fucking finish, man. Holy shit. Like, I gave Cena props, but I think Randy took a much worse beating than Cena did. Fair play. That was awesome. Don't want to see it again. Once was enough. Loved it.
Yeah, I love this match. It got Brock over and is a dominant, bloodthirsty monster. Orton was thoroughly outclassed. They could have just had Brock smash him in the opening 30 seconds, but they gave us something to chew on. So the match actually went 11:45 and then gave us this big finish. So
yeah,
it's even more special because it's in the PG era. Because Brock Lesnar, he's the anomaly.
There are different rules for this man.
He can swear on TV.
He can take steroids.
He takes steroids, swear on TV, and deeply bloody up his opponents.
This is awesome. This is great.
This was a carnal, brutal, bloodlust finish, fitting for the only WWE and UFC champion in history, the terrifying monster that is Brock Lesnar.
He is a once-in-a-lifetime athlete.
There were Goldberg chants. Fans saw the WWE 2K17 trailer with Goldberg and Suplex City, but not tonight, buddy.
I don't want that match.
No, it was stank up the place in 2004.
If you want to do it at Survivor Series or Rumble, sure, but I want Brock Joe.
Oh, it'd be awesome.
That's going to be a match. Or give you a Brock Big Cass.
Brock Rawley.
Oh, God.
Shane McMahon enters the ring to attend to Randy, but Brock won't let him pass. Is that the first time he stepped to the side? That was actually kind of scary. He F5s Shane, and that'll do it. Curtain down.
A shocking end to SummerSlam.
The big thing coming out of this match is that afterwards, Chris Jeri-Ko and Brock Lesnar had an altercation. Jeri-Ko was livid about the finish. He didn't know what was happening, thought Brock went into business for himself, and he was concerned for Orton. So he went up to gorilla position, saw guy with the hat, huge bella, and keeps interrupting people. Michael P.S. Hayes. Oh. And he wouldn't tell him anything. So he went up to Brock, got in his face, and Brock was like, you can either punch me or kiss me. Just please kiss him. It would be amazing.
Both end really badly for you, Chris. Walk away, not today.
Sexy lady. And then Triple H and McMahon break it up, tell him it was a work. So, but it was obviously...
Of course it was a work. Do you think if that wasn't a work, there wouldn't be dozens of people running out to the ring?
And they've done this spot before with Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Like, the only thing that you couldn't have planned for is how deep he'd cut Randy Orton.
Yeah.
You know, and that's something you just have to deal with if you're busting him up in hard way.
Yeah.
Because you don't believe in blades anymore. You're not allowed to do blades.
Yeah.
But, like, that's the point, that it is a bloodthirsty, shocking finish.
It wasn't like a thudding, damaging elbow. It's like a cutting, slicing elbow.
Exactly.
It's very, very different. Randy Orton is going to have a nasty gash and a nasty bruise. Probably a headache for a day. He's going to be fine. He's making news.
Have him on the podcast and stuff.
He does a news show, so You know, he has to have something to talk about.
I was like, Jeri-Ko, I love you, Chris Jeri-Ko, but you're a big,
massive mark.
Smelly mark.
Smelly mark. He is.
So, overall, what did you think of SummerSlam?
I thought it was a good show. I watched it in like a single sitting, which for me is usually like a good measuring stick. It's very rare that I can make it through a 3-hour show in one sitting, never mind a 4-hour show.
Plus the overrun.
So yeah, like I'll just tell you the things I liked and I didn't. I'll start with what I didn't like. Enzo and Cass, just not digging that gimmick. The women's 6 women's tag match. Jon Stewart and the New Day and the club angle, thought it was bad. And Ambrose versus Ziggler, like it kind of pains me to put this as something that I didn't like, but I really didn't like it. Expected more. So I loved pretty much every promo package on this show was great, especially the Seth and Finn Bálor and Brock, Randy, AJ and Cena. They were 3 just fucking whopper promos. Thought the women's match was good. Bit of a rocky first couple of minutes, but the two of them pulled it together. Had a good fucking match towards the end. Fair play to both of them, because I've been harsh on both of them, especially Charlotte. AJ Cena, what a match. John Cena, Morden played his part. AJ Styles is the best wrestler in the world. Finn's entrance I thought was awesome. Slightly let down by the match, but he was hurt. And of course, just Brock Lesnar. Just him in general. Like, he's so different. He's so awesome. Such a beast. Such a draw. Doesn't matter who he fights. Doesn't matter what the feud is. If he's on a card, I am watching it. And that's what they have. It's very, very special. So yeah, overall, this was a good, solid show. Any show that has a match as good as AJ Cena and Lesnar Orton is never going to be bad. So yeah, thumbs up. Would recommend.
Yeah, I agree. I think you said it all there. The other thing is, I'll have to shout out for Sheamus and Cesaro. Their match was great. That was a hoss battle. So yeah, I just recommend cherry picking Cena, Charlotte, Cesaro, and Orton Lesnar. Yeah. Ooh, Steve, you got time for Raw?
My God.
What's the Raw song now?
I know it's not this one. This is the last one.
What happened on Raw, Steve? Devastatingly, Finn Bálor relinquished his newly won Universal title on Raw. Oh, I have to say, when he came out, although he has his shoulder sling blade, in a sling. He had a massive smile. He was still really happy. He's still got to be world champion.
Yeah.
Of Raw, the main show. A new champ will be crowned with a fatal 4-way. Rollins, Reigns, Kevin Owens, and Big Cass.
What?
One of these names is not like the other.
What?
Yeah.
Where's Brock Lesnar?
Oh, he's fucked off home, I think. He doesn't deal with this championship shit.
No, he really doesn't.
Cesaro and Shambo didn't get a look in.
Hold on. Sami Zayn.
Yep.
Neville.
Anyway, I assume Rollins will win. He seems like the logical choice,
I hope so.
Shout out, actually, Zayn was tremendous in his match with Rollins. He was very, very good. The Dudley boys say goodbye. Literally, they've left WWE.
I'm kind of glad. They've had a stanky run.
They had a big leave the memories alone thing, and everyone was like, unbuckling their belts. Oh, Bubba heel turn. This is it. WWE's Bully Ray. Come on. Doesn't come. In the end, the Shining Stars come out, and then Doc Gallows and Anderson do the magic trick on Devon and put them through a table, and that's how they leave WWE. It's like, of course, they're leaving the door open for a return or whatever, but God, if you're ever going to do that Bully Ray heel turn, that was it.
It was the time.
Just wave it as a pass by.
Do you know who I am? Oh, he was so good at that.
Yeah, it's rare that TNA do something better than WWE.
Yeah.
They killed it with
knocked it out
Bully
of the
Ray.
park.
Really, really good stuff.
Yes!
A huge reaction as Bayley debuts on Raw.
Awesome.
Thank God, it's been 3.5 years in developmental. So she is next in line to face Charlotte for the title. She beats her crony Dana Brooke with her Bailey to belly.
I love that name.
And like Shane Douglas is there, like, fuck Ric Flair. Braun Strowman, Brawny the Strowman, had a jobber squash with Johnny Knockout, who likes sweaty men. I'm so happy modern audiences get to experience the awesomeness that is the jobber squash.
Yeah. They get people fucking over.
It tells you who the stars are.
And eventually, you can book a jobber to beat someone, and that gets the jobber over. You can only do it once, though.
I also like that you can batter a guy, because it's just one match, so he can take a beating.
Yeah.
And like WWE, they're killing it with the pre-match promo with the local competitors.
It's great.
Like, the first one was the best.
With James Ellsworth,
yeah.
wasn't it? Oh, he was so good.
What in God's name are you thinking, stepping into the ring with a monster like Braun Strowman?
What am I thinking? Having a match on Raw is a dream come true for me. I didn't know it was going to be against Braun Strowman, so yes, I'm nervous. Yes, I'm scared. But if I could somehow, some way, pull off the upset, because I truly believe any man with two hands has a fighting chance, I can only imagine what that may do for my career.
Well, hopefully you still have a career after tonight's match, but good luck, man.
Any man with two hands always has a fighting chance or something?
Yeah, it's like awesome. And then the next guy was like, why would you take this match with Braun Strowman? He's like, well, I got $1,000 to show up, and I got $5,000 if I win. Worth a try.
Yeah.
Like, yes. Right there. Awesome jobber squash.
Yeah, there was one writer in WWE earning his money.
And in the main event, Roman beats Jeri-Ko, thwarting that meddling kid Kevin Owens as well. He spears Jeri-Ko, and he's like the fourth guy in the Fatal 4-Way to crown a new universe.
They better not put the belt back on Roman.
No, they can't. So Raw was pretty blah. The crowd died, but what can you expect with so much average content, you know?
There's so much. They're just puking this up. Who's gonna puke?
What the heck? Triple H! Triple H with a pedigree to Roman! A pedigree to Rollins! Kevin Owens the cover! Kevin Owens is the Universal Champion! Kevin Owens is champion!
So that does it for our Brucey bonus special on SummerSlam 2016 and Raw. Look out for the next Super OSW 64 and WCW World War 3 coming over the next month or so. You can help get the next episode out quicker by enrolling at noggeru.oswreview.com. And remember, you can catch every episode free of charge and in glorious IMAX flavoured 4:3 full screen. And so it's a goodbye from V1.
Oh, I didn't know I was going to do that or take a boo. Buck Winkle.
And myself, Jay Hunter. Remember, a winner is you.